there's other things that are happening where, for example, today, the Roaring Kitty portfolio generally did well. A lot of value stocks caught a bid today. And so you can't look at this stuff in a vacuum. There's other stuff going on besides GME. So if you're I talk about that during the stream. You don't. If you're too laser focused on one particular stock, you might miss the bigger picture. And in this case, there were other stuff happening too, and it helped act as a little bit of a tailwind for GME. But that said, to also have the two upgrades, obviously that's going to lead to a good move up. And it slowed down a little bit midday, and then it picked up. Also, this is just one day, right? It's just one day, but the important thing to be watching right now is the price action. See what it does. See how it unfolds the next couple of days, the next couple of weeks. You really, if you're a bull, okay, if you're short, if you're short, you're gonna be a little bit nervous today, don't you? You saw it like peeking its head above, like that kitty, peeking its head above 7, like looking over, and but if you're a bull, you want it to stay in this range up here. And if I back out to the weekly, someone commented on the chart on Twitter, and I said, hey, take a look at the long chart. Like, how do you see this long chart and not think, this is looking up, this is looking up? And so right now, we're just watching the price action and also looking for filings, right? Any updated filings related to major shareholders or a new shareholder even. Other than that, what the hell else is there to do? I forgot about upgrades, you know what I mean? Like upgrades, that's par for the course. And so I was joking on Twitter, the whole reflexivity, right? But like this is what happens, and then everyone starts viewing stuff more positively. You know what I mean? You just stay the course, and even if it's not gangbusters, this sentiment starts to change. It compounds, and then people will talk about the upgrades, blah 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 blah. Well, let's see what it does. Again, we're just as one damn day, and there was other stuff going on today too, which we'll check. Well, maybe we should check the dashboard today. I know we're always focusing on GameStop. Who else we got? Daily. Oh, it was Dale. Thank you, Daily. Thank you. That was Dale. I get the names mixed up. Love seeing your following growing. Thank you, Daily. I appreciate it. Also, yeah, it was either Daily or Dale. I forget. Someone pointed out that the channel reached 100 followers. So cheers to that. And I didn't realize this, but the 100 follower mark is important because I was able to rename the channel. So it's the Roaring Kitty channel now. Like I can in the URL. It's in the Twitter. It's in the Twitter. But in the Twitter. How old am I, right? In the Twitter. Come on, jeez. But I thought that was kind of fun. So the 100 mark. Who knew? I don't even know. That's great. Musical Felony, welcome Musical Felony. I felt like the news was so fitting for your live stream. Perfect time. I know, right? So Musical, I agree. Like, it's been a couple of weeks like this, right? And so I've been having fun. I've renamed the streams and everything like that. Again, for people who don't know, we analyze other stocks besides GameStop, but legit, it's been the focus of this month because there's a lot happening. There's a lot unfolding. People are interested in it, myself included. You can see it's an oversized position in the Roaring Kitty portfolio, and it's been perfect timing for the stream. It's like we get the news. Today it was the news was released early in the day, but even still, it's like a news was released, and they were like, sick, we got a stream tonight. And there's not much to research today, but on the days that there is research to be done, like the quarterly release or Ryan Cohen filing, that's perfect timing because I got to do that research anyway. Maybe you do too, so it's great. Ming, guys, the shorts borrowing is now 35.2%. Cheers, Ming. Let's pull that up. Let me just see here. What is that? The one, the after hours? Oh, yeah, I pulled up that one. I thought that article was interesting too. Let me just see. After hours. What do I want? The borrow rate. Thank you. Yeah, there you go. 30. Is this where you get it too, Ming? This is where I get it. This is based. It's based on what's it called? Interactive Brokers, I think. I don't know how reflective it is of the whole industry, that short interest, but it's a good enough. It's something you can keep an eye on. So yeah, that's creeping up. So it's more importantly the trend. So if you check out this trend, you scroll down. This is roughly that borrow rate, what it costs to short. You can see, what is it? 1 week. Yeah, September 8th. What is it now? September 4th. So 6 days about, but you can see it creeping up. 23, 24. I can zoom in too. Here we go. 26. And then it's even getting more today. Again, some people go, oh, the rates rising, so it's a short squeeze. Like, I don't think that. I check it. It was over 100% in like April. Wasn't it like over 100%? I don't know. I don't know the historical. Oh, here it is. We got it. Look at this. Wait, what is this? I don't even know what this is. Is that the fee back then? 43%. There you go. So the fee was 44%. There you go. Fee 95.7% back in March 2020. March 23rd, 2020. That was the low for the S&P 500. Look at that. I never put two and two together. Oh, interesting. And how about this? What date was this? March 20th, 97%. So look at that. So you know what I mean? There was no short squeeze. It got bid up a little bit because of the Burry news, but just something to bear in mind, Ming. But I agree it's noteworthy. That's why I got it bookmarked. I'm checking it out too, Ming. Smash JT, really enjoying your energy and takes. Keep up the good work, man. Cheers, Smash. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for the comments, too. I saw you had a GameStop video. Harsh Patel, I couldn't believe only a $1 analyst upgrade because the stock to go up 10%. I was like, let me search. Maybe something happened, too. Yeah. What'd they up it to? From 7 to 8 and from 9 to 10. These upgrades tend to happen slowly. So for example, what's the chart out right now? So what's today? So this was September 14th, roughly, that they made the change from 7 to 8. And now, of course, it hit 8, 2 weeks ago now? I should have two different charts here. When was that? Oh, yeah, about 2 weeks ago, right? So it got up there. So then they're slow to upgrade. Then what could easily happen is it goes to 12, 13, 14, and then they upgrade to 10. Sometimes they're a little bit slow moving. It's interesting. Telsey's actually, I don't know Telsey that well. They were kind of ahead of the curve. They were at 9. I don't remember. I don't track these analysts. So I don't track these analysts things that closely. If someone asks me like, oh, what do you think it's going? What's your price target? I don't have much of a price target really, and so these precise they're doing their best. They're doing like weighted average outcomes, and you got to respect anyone who's at least attempting to do that because it's super, super difficult to do that. But even still, like I think a lot of people would agree this is a bit of a binary outcome. Probably not necessarily, but I lean toward that. Where, I mean, people think it was potentially a 0, which I don't agree with, or it could have quite a bit more upside. Not necessarily, but that's how a lot of people have been viewing it, and me to a degree too. So it's probably not 10. It's probably either 15, 20, or 0 in theory. Now, I think 0 is highly, highly unlikely, right? So, but what they'll do is they'll upgrade along the way up, doing their best to update their models. But what happens is the market sniffs this stuff out. The market gets ahead of things, and it's not so much, these are, what would you call, trailing indicators. And except for Telsey's a little bit ahead because they said 10. I don't know how if they usually stick their neck out like this, but I don't really consider 10 sticking your neck out that much. But nevertheless, like, they're probably the highest. But this is going to get people's attention. So remember that tweet that I had? What was that tweet? Let me get it up here. Let me bring this over. I should have just done it right there. Let me go do. This tweet here. This is important because when you're thinking about the upgrades, all the stuff right here. It was this tweet. Now part of the reason I've been tweeting this stuff is I'm taking notes. You know how we sometimes take notes? I mean, we haven't been taking that many notes when we're doing the research, but I take notes so we can revisit this and you know what was going through your mind. I've been trying to use Twitter for this, where I take the notes and I'll do some analysis and let me document what exactly was going through my mind, why I think that there might be a little bit of a bullish take. So I listed a whole bunch of items. Hey, notification. All right, cheers if someone just did that. And so there's some items here. This is marginal analysis. If hopefully you've seen the other GameStop videos that I have, that's there's right there too. I always include that so people can check it out. But like now there's additional things. Like now the upgrades are happening, and this is what I mean. It's setting up like a bullish backdrop. You know what I mean? And that's why I keep on leaning toward. You got to be a little bit nervous if you're short. Maybe there's be some shorts on the stream tonight, but when you see all this stuff, I don't know. It doesn't. Again, the level of short interest, right? Not so much the short interest itself. So here's another thing: the upgrades, because other people will see that it will hit their radar. New 52-week high, and the volume's crushing it. And if this is just one day of an uptick for value, I don't even look at everything yet. I think there was an uptick in value, but if you do get a tailwind, with value stocks, which I don't think it's not my base case, but I definitely mentioned that in a recent stream, where sometimes people will be like, well, what's the fundamental event? What's the catalyst that's going to drive the price upward? I'm telling you, it's happened so many times. Sometimes you don't need shit to happen. You need time passes, and you get closer to what people might perceive a catalyst as the console refresh, even though it's been. Well, everyone knows the new consoles are coming out, but just getting closer to it. And then this stuff type of happens. Like you could get to, this isn't a forecast, right? No forecast yet, but you could get to $10 with there could be no more. Oh, did we get any filings after hours? Let me just check that. I've been checking. You been checking? Nothing. Okay. You could get no filings for a month for the rest of September, and this price could get to 10 just because of that evolving sentiment for whatever reason that's going through people's head, the chart. Like I mentioned, someone tweeted about the chart today. And upgrades, and then I think it is very, very heavy short interest though. So what is it, 118%, 119%? So with such a heavy short interest, it's gonna take a lot. it's not a typical, like, just because you get an upgrade, it's going to go up 100%. I think that's unlikely because this bearish sentiment is so heavy and the short interest as a percentage of the float is a reflection of that. You're going to need a little bit more, but even that said, it could just grind higher. Do you remember the market in 2017 just grinding higher, grinding higher? Painful for a lot of people, I'm sure, because you're betting on volatility or something. And but this could just like grind higher just because people are digesting the news over time, and it takes, sometimes it's not immediate. But it's interesting to me, and this is why we're watching the price action, is because the market's immediate reaction on Thursday was sell it off, get rid of it, right? Get rid of it. And even though we were like, yeah, this looks okay, this looks good, and the only one that should really be alarming is shorts. And I think this still holds true 2 days later, 3 days later. It's no time. Again, if the stock gets down to $5 next week, that will change the discussion a little bit. That's what I mean. This technical analysis is a bit marginal, but sometimes it kind of drives the story a little bit. It does. I'll say I haven't seen too many technical analysts talking about it yet, which is kind of surprising to me because things have looked good for about a week or 10 days, in my opinion, plus the Ryan Cohen story a couple weeks prior. So I still feel like not that many people. We got people on the stream, like we're tuning in, we're talking GameStop, right? But I'm thinking like there should be more people talking about this, that with the borrow rate and all that, and it doesn't feel. That's what I mean. I think we're just getting started, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I just think aren't you running out of bearish opportunity? Aren't you running out of bearish news opportunities for bearish? When are you going to get? Are you thinking because you're going to get a poor Q3? That everyone is pricing in now because they were so. This is the good thing about being outspoken about. I know if you're outspoken about an upcoming bad quarter, the market prices in almost immediately, and so then it gets priced in. Everyone knows it's coming, and then no one really freaks out. Then what happens is, oh, it wasn't as bad as we thought, and the stock rises. You know what I mean? So that's a benefit. Some short-term day traders might have been upset that they were so vocal about it being potentially some headwinds in Q3, whereas the long-term investors are like, sick, sell off. Exhaust the buyback authorization, and let's keep on grinding toward that console refresh. So I'm not saying that's going to happen. I don't have any short-term expectations of them exhausting the buyback right now. But yeah, all right. So I know I'm all over the place. So no filing there. All right, what else we got? Oh yeah, so it was only a $1 upgrade. Isn't that the analysts? I'm going back to the analysts. Yeah, they have such complex models, but I guess in their mind, it wasn't that much of a game changer of an earnings release, in that it changed everything for them. Just a minor incremental update, which really, if you're doing really robust weighted cost analysis of a company, updates will likely be incremental, right? Because you should be very incrementally updating things. You get a little bit more information. It's just marginal, and then you make the update. But I guess I was just thinking with the stock like GameStop, maybe some analysts are going to wake up and they're going to go, and then they're going to be like, oh, it's going to be 15. You know what I mean? Some might. I'm not tracking all these analysts, if some people are, but there's probably, isn't like Bank of America or Credit Suisse, isn't someone like at like $3 right now? Maybe they'll change their tune once that price breaks 10. They'll just change it. They're like, you know what? I was wrong. $15 price target, right? I don't know. But still, look at that, 2 in the same day. That ain't bad. It tends to happen around earnings releases, right? Because they got more information, they incorporate it in their models, so you usually expect it within the week or so. All right, what do we got? Hey, Jordan, what's up, Jordan? Solid day for GME, PS5 event on Wednesday. Oh, is that confirmed? Wednesday at 4 p.m.? Okay, sick. Price to be announced, and hopefully a few big games get announced. Awesome day for value. Oh, so Jordan saw that too. Good. So Jordan was saying awesome day for value stocks, so bear that in mind, right? I didn't totally dig into it yet, but if it's an awesome day for value stocks, this total upward move of 13% or whatever the hell it was can't totally be attributed to this news. Just something to bear in mind. All right, Steve Stunk. Welcome, Steve Stunk. Cheers. Hey, Roaring Kitty, you're smashing the DD on GME. Oh, thank you, Steve. We're doing it collectively. I wasn't sure when Barry went in, but it's now my second highest conviction play in the portfolio. Wow, okay. So high conviction play for Steve. Welcome, Steve. Welcome.